Hello and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you more than you know. Today we are going to spend some time on the IT band that runs right along the outside of the leg, crossing both joints, the hip and the knee. Sometimes people can have really tight IT bands, pain, discomfort that can really kind of wreak havoc on things. So we're going to spend some time stretching that IT band and see if we can't get it feeling a little bit better. So making sure you've got water handy, taking things at your own pace, modify where you need to modify, opt out where you need to opt out, and just adjust so that it fits what you need today. So let's start in a tabletop position. Hands are shoulder width apart, core is nice and strong. And let's just take a big breath in, doing some cat and cows. Tummy towards the floor, lift your gaze, lift your sit bones, and then as you exhale, hollow the tummy and chest, tuck your chin. Inhale it back to cow, belly towards the mat, gaze and sit bones to the sky. Just getting some blood flowing, guys. Exhaling to cat. Let's do one more of each. And exhale it back to cat. Coming back to a neutral spine. Let's extend that right leg straight back. Flex your foot. Hips are square. Core is strong. We're lifting out of those shoulders. Let's cross that right leg up and over the left as far as you can cross that leg, and then slowly take your gaze back towards that right heel. Breathe. So just feeling that really nice stretch all the way down the right side of your body. Breathe. And let's bend that right knee. So we've crisscrossed those knees, and we're going to bring those knees just as tightly together as we can, opening up those feet behind us a bit, making sure those hands are just below those shoulders. And let's do a couple cat and cows here. Whatever feels good to you guys, just moving through the body, connecting the movements with the breath. Now most of your weight is going to be on that left knee. Just that crisscross of the knee, a little different sensation. Let's do one more each direction. Finding that neutral spine, keeping that core strong, extend that right leg straight back and release it down. Knees are hip width apart, adjust however you need to, and let's extend that left leg. Hips are square. Add a flex of that left foot, press through that back heel. Feel that activation of the glutes and the hamstring. Strengthen the core. Now let's cross that left leg up and over the right, just as far as you can reach that leg, and then slowly turn and take your gaze back towards that left heel. So always, guys, when we're going into a stretch, we want to make sure that we are not going from 0 to 10, but we are maxing our intensity level at about a 7 or an 8. So just checking in with what's going on. Now bend that left knee, crisscross those legs, coming back to gazing between those hands. Take a big breath into cow pose. Tummy towards the sky. Tummy towards the floor. Gaze and sit bones to the sky. And then exhale, hollow. Now again, most of that weight's going to be on that right knee. Left leg is just crossed. And we're just noticing that sensation through the hip, through the IT band, definitely through the spine, through the chest. So lots of things going on here, guys. Just mindful movement, always so important. Let's make this the last of each one. Coming back to that neutral spine. Extending that left leg out and releasing it down. Sit it back to child's pose. Extend those arms out nice and long. Hips back towards your heels. And just relax the weight of your head down. That feels pretty good. Nice big deep breaths. Extending those arms out nice and long, hands shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers wide. Let's lift the forehead, tuck the toes, press and lift your hips to the sky. Coming up to downward facing dog. Now those knees can be bent, guys. They don't have to be super straight. But we do want to work to get the bend out of the wrists as much as we can. Let's alternate bending knees. Walk it out. Nice big deep breaths. As you exhale, let both heels sink. Shift your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and drawing the knee in towards the chest. You can rest that foot to the mat if you like, or keep it up and draw that knee in. Extend it out to down dog. Extend the leg. As you inhale, draw that right knee to the right elbow or shoulder. Press it back. Extend the leg. Now we're going to cross it to the left elbow or left forearm. And take it back and extend, sweeping that right foot through. Left foot steps in behind the right, bringing the ankles to cross, relaxing the weight of the upper body down. So just really feeling that stretch down the backs of the legs, into the hips, down those IT bands. Inhale, lift just slightly, and let's walk those hands to the left. Far as you can walk your hands, and then draw your nose towards your knee. Now, anytime we're spending some time on a certain part of our body, we don't want to overdo. So just remember to take care of yourself, and if you need to stop, slow down, whatever it is, change it up, make sure you do so. Inhale, slowly walk it back through center and then over to the right. Reaching, walking those hands as far as you can walk them, and then draw your nose towards your knee. So movement, guys, always good, unless you've been prescribed not to. But keeping that mobility without going overboard. Coming back through to center. Relax your arms, squeeze those inner thighs, core strong, and let's slowly roll it up. Ragdoll. Arms are heavy, head is heavy. Just standing tall, really squeezing those adductor muscles, those inner thighs. Big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. As you exhale, left hand high, right arm low. Lean in and reach. So a little challenge for our balance, guys. Noticing all the muscles that come into play. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, left arm down, right arm high, lean in and reach. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Stepping that left foot back, and then the right to plank, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. And let's just gently sway those hips side to side. So depending upon how tight you are, the activities you've been doing lately, how you've slept, how much water you had, how much salt you've intake, or sugar. Guys, it all comes into play. What we eat, what we drink, how we sleep, our stress levels. So don't judge. Just have a sense of good for you, a sense of joy, a sense of humility if you need it. Maybe sometimes that just gets right in our face, even when we don't want to see it. Humility is never a bad thing, though, guys. Just know that you're doing good stuff. Mind, body, and spirit. Let's come back through to center. Shift your weight to your right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling, and we come to high plank, drawing that left knee through. Again, you can rest your foot or pull that knee in. Exhale, extend it out. And draw it in, touching that left elbow or shoulder with that left knee. And take it back to down dog. And now we cross it to that right arm. Left knee to the right elbow. And back, extending that leg. And let's sweep that left foot through. Right foot behind the left, crossing at the ankles just as tight as you can get them. And relax the weight of the upper body down.
Noticing this in the lower back. Oh, and those hips, those IT bands. Just feels so good. Inhaling, lifting just slightly, walking your hands to the left as far as you can walk your hands. Draw your nose towards your knee. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk those hands back through center and then over to the right. Far as you can walk those hands, and then draw your nose towards your knee. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk it back through to center. Arms are heavy, head is heavy, and let's slowly roll it up. One vertebra at a time. Big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. As you exhale, left hand comes down, right arm reaches high, lean in and reach. Now you can look forward or you can look up. Inhale, both arms come up, squeeze those inner thighs, guys. Exhale, other side, left arm up, right arm down, lean in and reach. Beautiful long stretch all the way down that left side. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Big step back with that right foot, and then the left to high plank, crocodile down. Press it through up dog, and exhale to down dog. And let's just gently alternate bending knees, pressing through the palms of the hands. Again, still working to get that bend out of the wrists. And we're just checking in, giving that head a little shake, yes or no. Letting go of resistance, letting go of tightness, finding that breath and connecting it to our movements. Such a powerful thing. As you exhale, let both heels gently sink. Find your breath. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and drawing that right knee in, and we're going to cross that right foot underneath us, outer edge of that right foot coming to the mat. We rotate and come over to the instep or the arch of that left foot and reach left arm to the sky. Fallen triangle. Breathe. Lifting out of that right shoulder, lifting those hips. Now slowly releasing that left hand to the mat, and we're going to lower down onto that right hip. And extending that left leg behind us, we rotate through the torso. Breathe. So great stretch going on in that lower back, in that right hip. Now we can stay up nice and tall, or if you like, come down onto your forearms. Breathe. Now if that back leg is not super straight, or if it's not on the ground, you guys, it's all good. Find that space that's right for you. There's going to be some adjustments going on through the body. Get those big, full, deep breaths. Now you can stay right here, or if you like, extending that right arm out. I need to slide back a little bit. Extending that right arm out, left arm reaching through, coming into a thread the needle. Releasing down onto that left shoulder. And we lift just slightly enough to pull those hands back in, coming back to the forearms. Checking in, seeing how things change. If the body is saying, yep, I can relax a little bit here. That's so great when that happens. We come back up to the palms of the hands. We're going to tuck those back toes, lift that back, or that right hip, extending it back, right toes to the sky, and gently releasing it down to down dog. We inhale it to high plank, crocodile down. Press it through up dog, and exhale to down dog. And we shift our weight to our right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and pulling that left knee in, and then we're going to cross that left foot underneath the right leg, outer edge of that left foot, resting to the mat. We rotate, rolling to the inside of the arch of that right foot, right arm to the sky. Reaching up, fallen triangle, extending out of the shoulders, up to the tips of the fingers. Breathe. Strong through the shoulders, strong through the core. As you exhale, slowly releasing that right hand down, we turn the chest towards the floor. Now slowly, slowly lowering that left hip down onto the mat. Now that right leg is going to be extended, and we're going to lift and rotate. So if that right knee needs to bend, absolutely fine. So you're taking care of yourself. There's a lot of things that are going on here. So there's this amazing stretch happening through that left hip, through the IT band, into the lower back, into those hip flexors on that right side. So really listen to your body. And if it feels right to you, you can come down onto your forearms. You can also just stay up onto the hands. Breathe. We want to make sure that we can get those big full deep breaths, guys. That we're not sinking into the shoulders, that we're staying lifted, keeping that neck nice and long. Now you can stay here. You can extend that left arm out, reaching that right hand underneath for the thread the needle, and gently releasing down onto that right shoulder. Now maybe it was right on one side and not on the other. Maybe it's not right on either side and you choose to stay up in that Sphinx pose. Just gently letting that body sink. We inhale, lifting just enough to pull that right arm back through, coming back to our Sphinx. Checking in. Has the intensity changed? Definitely yes, for me. I hope it has for you as well. And back up to the palms of the hands. We're going to tuck those right toes, lift the hips, sweep it back, and extend. Left leg to the sky. And gently releasing it down to down dog. We inhale it to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And let's take a wide-legged down dog, child's pose. So that extended child's pose, knees are apart, chin or cheek to the mat, and just let your body sink. Big, full, deep breaths. On your next inhale, lift just enough to pull those knees back together and sit it back to child's pose. And we're going to inhale, lifting just enough to walk those hands out to the left. And we're going to stack our right hand on top of the left and press the right hip out to the right and relax the weight of the upper body down. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through center, and then over to the right. And we're going to reach out as far as we can reach to the right, and then we're going to stack that left hand on top of the right, pressing the left hip out to the left, and relax the weight of the upper body down. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through center, sitting to child's pose. And as you're ready, slowly walk your hands up. Let's come over onto one hip, sweep the feet around, and slide on down to the top of the mat. Extending legs out nice and long, flex your feet. Let's take that right leg, crossing it up and over the left, sitting up nice and tall. Wrapping the crook of the left elbow around your knee, pull your knee in nice and tight. Right arm extends out, circle it around. Releasing that right hand behind you, sit up as tall as you can sit, and take your gaze out over that right shoulder. Little tuck of your chin towards your chest or your collarbone. Breathe. Great stretch if you deal with sciatic nerves. Wonderful stretch for that spine. Great stretch, that IT band. If you like, crossing that left elbow to the top of the right knee, press against the knee. And this is going to give you a deeper rotation for that spine. So if you prefer, just keep that elbow wrapped around the knee, pulling in if that feels better to you. Whatever's right. And then slowly releasing that rotation. Extending both legs out, flex your feet, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward, tummy down, chest down, hands, and then relax the weight of your head. Inhale, reach it out, sit up nice and tall. Release your hands down by your sides. Crossing that left leg up and over the right, bringing that foot in just as tight as you can get it, wrapping the crook of that right elbow around the knee, pull it in as tight as you can pull it in. Add a flex of that right foot, left arm extends out, circle it around, left hand to the mat, press against the mat and sit up as tall as you can sit, and then take your gaze out over that back shoulder. Little tuck of your chin towards that left collarbone, or just towards your chest. Really drawing that knee in nice and tight. Feel that great stretch in that left hip. That release in the back. If you like, crossing that right elbow to the top of the left knee, press against that knee. Stay tall. Keep that length in the spine. And breathe. Now again, if it felt better to you, really focusing on that hip rather than that deeper rotation, just have that hand wrapped around the knee. Take care of you. This is your time to do what you need. And slowly releasing that rotation, turning back to face front, extending both legs out, flex your feet, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen and hinge it forward, tummy down, chest down, hands, and relax the weight of your head. Little tuck of your chin towards your chest, deepening that stretch from the base of the head all the way down to the tailbone. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall, releasing the hands. Extend the arms out, soften your feet, core strong, and slowly lower yourself back. And relax. Drawing the right knee in towards the chest. Extending that right leg to the sky. Flex your foot. Roll the toes out. And then roll the toes in. Roll the toes out. So just that little internal and external rotation. And in. And back to neutral. Bending that right knee. Left hand reaching up and over to the outside of that right knee and guide it across your body. Keeping both shoulders on the mat. Take your gaze out over that right arm. Now if you like, you can extend that right leg or keep it bent. Just checking in, my friends. Slowly rolling back to center. Extending that right leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip, and slowly lower the leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Left knee comes in. Left leg extends. And flex your foot. And again, that little internal and external rotation all through that hip joint. Whole leg just shifting inward and out. And let's come back to neutral. Point the toes, pulling that left knee in. Right hand reaching across to the outside of the left knee and gently pull your leg across the body. Keeping both shoulders against the earth, really working to open it up. Taking your gaze out over that left arm. Again, if you like, you can extend that left leg, or you can keep that knee bent It is entirely up to you, however you feel. You get the best stretch. So again, lots of places we can go to stretch the IT bands. We've just pulled a few out, not to overwork. So hopefully you're feeling pretty darn good. Bending that left knee and slowly rolling back to center. Extending left leg to the sky. Point your toes, little external rotation through that hip. Reach out through the toes and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Breathe. Bring the hands to the hips. Let's pull one foot in towards your bottom and then the other, and we're going to open up those feet just a little bit wider than the width of our mat. Keeping the hands on the hips, we roll that right knee inward, rolling to the instep, and you notice that I'm kind of heel-toeing my foot out a little bit as I need to, so you can feel free to adjust the width of your stance here as you draw that right knee down. So we're working to keep that right hip from lifting. You might notice the sensation of those obliques, that right side, really kicking in to keep that right hip from lifting. Breathe. And gently release the right side. And now we take that left knee in and adjust how far out that left foot needs to come so that you can get that big rotation and that wonderful stretch down that left side. Left hip staying down. Close your eyes and be mindful. Just checking in, guys. There should not be any pain. And gently release the left side, walking those feet back in. Soles of the feet come together, knees open out nice and wide. Reclined butterfly. We take a few breaths here. As we take these big, full, deep breaths, I want you to just kind of take a little inventory here through the body. How are we doing? Is this a good place to stay? Do you feel relaxed and at ease? Or are you more comfortable with those legs long? Or perhaps on your side with those knees drawn in? Or perhaps sitting up nice and tall, finding a place where your body can relax. Now we've just taken that inventory of the body, from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes. Did you notice if there was any tension or tightness left anywhere? If so, use the last few breaths in our practice to truly work to let any last little bit of tension and tightness go. Rest your hands comfortably wherever that may be for you. Let your breath flow slow and steady. We take time to be still, to breathe, to celebrate the day and all that it has waiting for us. We set our intention for the day, whatever that may be for you. And as we mindfully set our intentions, this helps guide us through our day. When things get a little squirrely from time to time, it brings us back to balance, staying focused and grounded. Gently put a smile on your face. Feel that energy, that positive sensation, the emotions that come along with the smile. and gently relax. Relax the face, relax the arms, the legs, the feet, the toes, the fingers, and just breathe. Take your time, and as you're ready, begin to bring your awareness back to the world around you, the floor beneath you. Start to move your fingers, your toes, aware of the length and the depth of each breath you take. Taking the time you need, drawing your knees in towards your chest, rolling to one side. And then as you're ready, using the strength of your arms to help you come up to a seated position. Resting the hands comfortably. Close your eyes, sit nice and tall. We gently bring the hands to heart center. Light and love to each and every one of you, every day, whether we're together or not. Let's gently open the eyes. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Be well, stay safe, and until the next time, namaste.